second bracket. Bring it back. No, this is fine. Bring it back. Outstanding coach in his 10th year at EKU, 183 and 131 his record. Rodney Crawford, Austin Newton, and Luke Strage are the assistant coaches. 8-4 in the OVC, 16-9 overall. They've won 5 straight off a win against Tennessee State. Actually, here in Nashville last time on Saturday, 69-41. So they've been frequent visitors to the Music City. And a guard, Isaac McGlone from Lancaster, Ohio, 6'2", sophomore, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists per game, 38% from 3 and 40 steals. Paul Jackson getting the start tonight in place of their leading scorer, Corey Walden from Lithonia, Georgia, 6'1", 178, a freshman, 17th appearance, 3 of 8 from 3, 20 assists to only 6 turnovers for the freshman Jackson. Timmy Nip out of Olive Hill, Kentucky, 6'7", senior, 10 points and 4 rebounds per game, had 12 last time out against TSU, shoots 39% from 3 on 56 of 141, and also has 31 blocks on the year. Jamil Powell, 6'7", junior out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Belmont's been there this season, 8 points and 2 rebounds, 31% from 3 for Powell on 30 of 96. And Eric Stutz up front, Newburgh, Indiana native, 6'8", senior, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists per game, 15, 5, and 3 last time with 2 blocks, has 16 blocks in the season, 61% from the field and 48% from 3 for Stutz, and scored 27 against Belmont in the first meeting. One more time for EKU, it'll be Isaac McGlone, Paul Jackson, Timmy Nip, Jamil Powell, and Eric Stutz, the starting 5. Belmont, under Coach Rick Bird, 29th year at Belmont, 6'13" and 3'11", 34th year overall with 705 victories. Brian Ayers, James Strong, Mark Price are the assistants. Tyler Holloway, the director of basketball ops. 8-5 OVC record, 16-10 overall. A win against Moorhead last time, 58-57. That game on Saturday. Close one, but the Bruins got a big victory. 10-2 at home this season, and Belmont has won 28 straight home conference games. Amanzi Egekezi at a forward, 6'8" freshman, Lake in the Hills, Illinois. 5 points and 2 rebounds per game, 35% from 3 and 17 blocks. Evan Brand's the nation's leader in field goal percentage at 70%. 6'7" sophomore, Jamestown, Ohio, 15 points and 7 boards per game, 13-10 last time for Evan. Taylor Burnett from Lexington, Kentucky, a Virginia transfer, 6'3" sophomore, 10 points and 2 rebounds per game, 38% from 3, a team high 64 of 166. Reese Chamberlain, the senior from Goodlettsville, 6'1", 8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists per game, at the top of the league in assists, and among the nation's leaders as well in the top 20. 10 points last time out, 34% from 3. Seen that number come up as we've gone along in conference play. 151 assists to only 64 turnovers and 49 steals for Reese. And Greg Bradshaw from Ridgetop, 6'3" junior, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Only 7, 3, and 6 last time out. He was a little under the weather on Saturday, but Craig feeling better. 41% from 3 on the year on 55 of 133, 11 blocks and 38 steals for Craig Bradshaw. Starting 5 for Belmont, Amanzi Egekezi and Evan Brands at forward. Taylor Burnett, Reese Chamberlain, and Craig Bradshaw are the guards for this ninth meeting between Belmont and Eastern Kentucky. EKU has won the last 2 and 3 out of the last 4. Belmont has won both on this court, 83-76 in 2013 and 84-81 in a close one last season. EKU won the 2014 OVC championship over at Municipal, of course, back in March 79-73. They were red hot that night. They won on February 5th, too. 81-69 was the final in the first meeting this season between these two teams. Teams are on the court for the opening tip-off. EKU in the road maroon uniforms with white trim. Belmont home white with red and blue trim. Well, Scott Speedy, you played in big games, big conference games over the years. You always, I'm sure, are taken back to that moment when you get ready to play one of these.
It's been so long ago now, I'm just, I don't dream about my games anymore. I dream about my kids' games. It's terrible.
Humana, proud to support health and wellness in Belmont University Athletics. Humana working hard to close the gap between people and care. Tim Gaddis, Jason Baker, John Dillon, the officials. Tim moves in with a basketball. Stutz and Brad to get it started, and EKU controls the opening tip. It actually went back to Stutz, and they'll work left to right in this opening half. EKU on offense with the freshman Paul Jackson. Gives it up to McGlone. Jackson again between the circles. Belmont plays man-to-man. Bradshaw guards. Stutz with his back to basket at the left elbow. driving to kick to the corner, outside for a three by Nip. That's off the front rim, no good. Flying in to pick off the rebound, Barnett for Belmont. Bruins opening trip, working right to left. Evan Brad's head of the circle. Hands it back to Bradshaw, well behind the three-point line. Short pass over to Egakese on the right. Stutz has that as play of the game. Egakese surveys things, doesn't see anything inside with Braz. Brings it out on the bounce, backs off near the table. 15 to shoot for Belmont. Knock away. They'll have to race back to try to get it. Stutz came up with the ball, lays it up, missed, and Belmont got it. Went to Chamberlain on a rare miss by Stutz. Close look. Braz on the right. Skips it to the left. To go to the corner, Bradshaw. All the way back to the right. Tried to go, and it's intercepted as McGlone steps in front to get the steal. Sloppy first couple of possessions for the Bruins.
Absolutely.
2 turnovers on 2 trips. Jack's behind the three-point line. Deep right side. Holds out 5 fingers to give the play call. Gives it up to Stutz. They weave it out front. Now a touch for Powell. Puts it on the deck with the right hand. Working around a high screen. Got it back to Stutz. Wanted to shoot a 3. Belmont had it covered. Jackson to Stutz, to Nip, swings it inside. Powell trying to squeeze off a shot along the baseline, backs it up and in. Chamberlain hit the deck and looks a little shaken up, but play continues. Jamil Powell with the first bucket, 2-0 EKU.
Yeah, I thought Reese had the charge there, just a no call, and puts it in.
Chamberlain works it right to left across the midcourt stripe. Brad's looking for a back cut with Barnett that wasn't there. Well defended by Powell. Short pass goes to Egakese, gives it up right side Chamberlain. Near the EKU bench. Reese has his dribble, reverses, moving it along the baseline to Jackson. Hook pass outside, Egakese for 3, missed it to the right, long rebound, kicks outside, Bradshaw got it, 3, good, Belmont leads. And we get a whistle after the make by Bradshaw.
Yeah, I think Reese is maybe an elbow, shoulder, I can't tell, he's holding his arm there.
He was shaken up on that last trip where he was trying to take a charge. He'll kind of limp off to the bench here in favor of Caleb Chalbe, the redshirt sophomore from Mount Juliet.
He's kind of holding that left arm down low.
Hopefully he'll be okay. Going down past the end of the bench to get medical attention. Meanwhile, 3-2 Belmont. Played just over 2 minutes. Stutz up top, holds the ball. Works right off a screen from Jackson. Got it to him between the circles. Kick to left corner. McGlone for 3. It's in there. Isaac McGlone knocks in a long one from the left corner. EKU leads 5-3. Chalbe. First possession with him as the point guard. Gives it to Egakese. Now low right, it's Brads. Kicks it all the way to the left. Barnett pulls the trigger on a 3. Made it. Taylor Barnett from long distance.
Good ball
exchanging
movement.
three-pointers, both teams, and it's 6-5 Belmont.
Yeah, good ball movement. Eastern got caught on a switch. Stutes just couldn't get out to Barnett quick enough.
Nip goes to McGlone. Out near the center circle. McGlone directs traffic a little bit. Bradshaw guarding Jackson, who was going to come over and take the pass. McGlone continues on the bounce, 17 to shoot, fires a deep 3. Wouldn't go. Missed badly off the backboard, barely hit the rim, and Brad's got the rebound.
Yeah, we'll take those shots all night long.
They come out to double on Chalbe. Here comes Stutz as well as Jackson. Barnett finds Egakese low right. Back outside it goes to Barnett. Wanted to shoot a 3. Wide pass that Egakase's able to get. Skips it to the left corner. Bradshaw pulls the trigger. The 3 is in.
Eastern's being very active, but good ball movement by the Bruins. They're getting open looks.
And talking to the Belmont coaches, it felt like with the pressure that EKU applies, that Belmont could get some good looks, and knocking them in so far from three-point land. 9-5 Bruins. Jackson looking to take Bradshaw off the bounce. Nice recovery by Craig after he slipped. Jackson goes back out to midcourt on the dribble. Delivers right side. Nip puts it on the deck, moves into the paint. Right hand finish with a finger roll. Timmy Nip with his first 2.
Yeah, not a lot of, we don't see that a lot from Nip, but he's pretty effective. He is 6'7".
9-7. Lob in. Egakese had his man sealed. Kicks to the right side. 3. Bradshaw again. Made it again.
Well, the threes are falling, and Eastern's gonna, they can't keep scrambling like that right now.
12-7. Bruins hot from three-point land early on. Already made 4 of them. 3 by Craig Bradshaw. 12-7. The Bruins in front. Putting on the deck is Powell. Now behind the three-point line, guarded by Nornett. Here's McGlone trying to answer. Couldn't make the 3. Big kick, and it goes to Egakese for the Bruins. Chalbe, offensive court across the midcourt stride. Drives, looking to dish. Had it knocked away. McGlone came up with it. Left baseline. Pushes it ahead. Nip on the right side. Pulls up, trying to deal inside. Deflected out of play by Egakese. Barnett chased it down on the Belmont bench. It'll stay with EKU. Chamberlain coming back when we come back. 15:26 to play first half. Belmont off to a 4 of 5 start from three-point land, leading Eastern Kentucky 12-7 on 104.5 The Zone.
Gray Line of Tennessee is the exclusive exclusive transportation company chosen by Belmont Athletics. Gray Line specializes in charter services, sightseeing adventures, airport shuttles, and casino trips. Safety, dependability, and customer satisfaction is the focus of Gray Line of Tennessee, with a top-of-the-line fleet of over 70 vehicles. The best in the business, becoming even better. Please call 615-883-5557 for any of your transportation needs, or log on to graylinetn.com.
Want to get more out of your next getaway? Then stay with friends when you're visiting Belmont University, because friends give you more, especially the ones at Hampton Inn Brentwood. Rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton beds, knowing the linens and duvet are washed fresh for every guest. And since friends don't let friends go hungry, you'll be treated to a free hot breakfast. Real value from your friends at Hampton. Book your visit at hampton.com or call 615-373-2212. Go Bruins!
Conference game, Belmont and Eastern Kentucky here at the Curb Center in Nashville, and a great start for the Bruins on top 12-7. 3 3-pointers on 3 attempts by Craig Bradshaw. Taylor Burnett has made one as well. All the points for Belmont on 3-pointers so far. EKU 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Belmont brought in Nick Smith from Bentonville, Arkansas, 6'8" sophomore, 38% from 3, averaging 6 points per game. EKU ball. And they couldn't find anybody for an inbound pass, and Isaac Malone says timeout. 30-second TO taken by the Colonels. EKU was supposed to play earlier this week against Austin Peay. Their game was postponed due to the weather. That was rescheduled for February 23rd, so maybe a little bit of extra rest for EKU between road trips to Nashville.
Well, I mentioned Corey Walden, too, not being in the starting lineup. He's on the end of the bench, so he right now doesn't give any indication he's going to be entering it anytime soon.
And that is major in this game. He is certainly a guy who's been a thorn in Belmont's side and thorn in a lot of people's side over the last couple seasons. All-conference player, averaging 18 points per game. Had started and scored in double figures in every game this season. The only player ranked in the top 10 in the OVC in scoring, field goal percentage, assists, and steals. Major loss, averaging 19 in OVC contest. Big defensively and obviously huge offensively for this Colonels team. They have it out of bounds. Got the ball played this time to Stutz. Belmont doubles. They go over to the right side. A little shake by Jackson. Kicks it back up top for a Stutz 3. That's no good. Long kick. Smith trying to chase it down. Controls with the dribble. Got it to Chamberlain. Belmont leading by 5. Played almost 5 minutes. Chamberlain on the right side. Taking Jackson on the baseline. Fires outside for Bradshaw. Couldn't square up in time for a 3. Barnett took a 3. Had it blocked. Well defended by Powell. And EKU got the basketball. Dip on the right. Has the headband. Eric Stutzmore, the bandana headband look.
Nick Smith has gone the complete opposite.
Yeah, a little shave and a little slam along the baseline as Timmy Nip got in there to throw it down. A little back cut, threw it in, 12-9. Belmont by 3. Chamberlain has not yet crossed midcourt. Now he does. Lobs for Barnett. Freaking to the goal, and Taylor lays it in.
Wow, really just caught Eastern napping there.
14-9. Barnett with 5 early. He and Craig Bradshaw, all of Belmont's points so far. Jackson with a pass left side is Powell. Barnett guards. Leaves it up top for Nip between the circles. Grabs away from the basket to guard. Trying to get around a high screen from Powell. Powell has it. Moves in a couple paces. Knocked away for a moment by Chamberlain, but they recover. Jackson deep right. 13 to shoot. Backs off of the bounce after crossing over a couple of times. Now moves into the paint. Jackson trying to deliver to Stutz. Foul will go against Belmont. Game's first personal.
Yeah, good defensive pressure, though, there by Reese.
2:35. Foul one against Chamberlain. We get Mac Mercer in. He was outstanding in that win on Saturday, that's for sure. Out of Plymouth, Indiana, 6'9" freshman, 17 points and 3 rebounds, career high. Also, we saw Denzel Richardson check in for EKU, 6'5" junior from Baltimore, 7 points and 3 boards per game. Left baseline throw in for the Colonels. Belmont on top by 5. About 6 minutes played. McGlone gets it into Stutz. Chamberlain guards. Gives it back to McGlone, and Belmont switches. Bruins showing a 2-3 zone. Over to the right side, Richardson. Outside McGlone. Left side, Jackson returns to McGlone. Jackson again, moves in, trying to go to Stutz. Taken away. Mercer got a piece of it, but it was deflected out to Nip. They go right back into Stutz, right block. Kick out Nip for a right side 3. That's good. Looked good all the way for Timmy Nip. He scored 7, 14-12. Bruins lead cut back to 2. Chamberlain offensive forward. Belmont had Got into the deflection and won it, but could come up with a loose ball. Turned into a 3 on a second attempt by EKU. Chamberlain out near the center line, working against Jackson, moves into the paint, jumps to a stop, short jumper, missed to the right. Mercer, a tough rebound, trying to slide it back over to Chamberlain. It was deflected and went to Smith. He tried to stick it back up, deflected out of play again, and Belmont keeps it.
A good offensive rebound there by Mercer, kept it alive.
Devin Muff is checking in for EKU out of Strongsville, Ohio, 6'8" senior. Veteran player, but limited this season. Monte Casey returns for Belmont. He will replace Nick Smith in the Bruins lineup. 14-12, Belmont leads. 13-13 to play opening half. Right of the basket is Chamberlain. Bradshaw trying to get open, couldn't do so. They send it out to Mercer straight away. Fakes a 3 and drives, trying to deal to the corner, knocked out of play again with 28 to shoot.
Aggressive move there by Mack. I like that. Little shot fake, drive, tried to kick it to Reese for the 3.
One thing Mack has not found success yet this season is shooting three-pointers, 0 for 8, but playing with so much confidence that game on Saturday, and Bruins needed every one of those points. Over to the left corner, they try to go. It was deflected, went to Bradshaw. Craig drives and kicks. Barnett right side, pulls the trigger, couldn't make it from 3. Casey chases down the rebound. They had a hold of him, but he shook loose and able to come up with a loose ball. Belmont resets. Bradshaw had it knocked away. Richardson defending. Bradshaw all the way to the left corner. Casey puts it on the deck, but I think he stepped out of bounds. Before he made his move, turnover gives it back to EKU. Belmont leading by 2. See if Belmont stays with the zone here.
We'll go back to the man. It's probably just a 1 possession on the inbounds play there.
I joked earlier, though, that we've seen Belmont play more zone this season about the last 10 years combined. Off a high screen with a basketball, it's McGlone. Hits it up deep left. Delivery over to the right side. Richardson from Stutz. McGlone again out behind the three-point line. Driving left side. Finger rolls it up and got the roll. Tie game. Isaac McGlone to the bucket. He scored 5. 14 apiece. Right side 3. Bradshaw couldn't make it this time. Mercer trying to tip it home. Casey got the loose ball. 3 for Barnett. It's good.
Good job by the freshman Casey. Nice rebound. Nice assist to Barnett.
Taylor, 8 points. Belmont leading 17-14. Played 8 minutes. McGlone across midcourt. Stutz with it. 3-point line left side. Casey defends. Hook pass goes to the right. McGlone puts it on the deck. Hook pass back out front. Left side 3. Nip pulls the trigger. Couldn't make it. Long rebound. Mercer was dragged down. They'll get the foul going against Everett Muff. Takes us to the under 12 timeout with 11:52 to play in the first half. Entertaining minutes so far. Belmont 17. EKU 14 on 104.5 The Zone.
SunTrust is a proud sponsor of Belmont University Athletics. Go Bruins! At SunTrust, we shine when we focus on what is truly important. When your bank is truly dedicated to your financial well-being, you can spend more time on the things that matter most. How can SunTrust help you shine today? SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid. Member FDIC. Want a more refreshing road trip? Win or lose, there's plenty of reasons to celebrate the game when you stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, Nashville Green Hills. Enjoy an upscale hotel located 2.7 miles from the Belmont University campus. Courtyard Nashville Green Hills provides all the essential services and amenities for guests to stay refreshed while on the road. Helpful staffs, high-speed internet access, ergonomic workspaces, business libraries, and 24-hour access to food. Book your visit at Marriott.com/BNAGH or call 615-298-7700 to book the Belmont University preferred rates.
Eastern Kentucky has scored 7 points off 5 Belmont turnovers. Bruins need to tighten up that part of their game. EKU bringing in Tommy Matthews from Clinton, Maryland, 6'1" sophomore. 26th appearance, so they have a lineup of 3 reserves to go with Isaac McGlone and Eric Stutz. Knock on wood, Belmont's done or been able to at least avoid Stutz denting the scoring column just yet. Bruins ball out of the timeout. Chamberlain, Casey up top. Mercer working hard. Passes wide, now to play. Trying to post in there against Stutz. The pass was a little wide. Matt couldn't come up with it. Jamil Powell going to go back in.
Got to get a little bit better angle there if you're going to feed the post. Maybe kick it to the wing or one dribble down.
6 turnover for the Bruins. Belmont leading by 3. Played just over 8 minutes. McGlone right sideline. Gives it up to Matthews. Stutz with it out at the 3-point line. Mercer right on him, looking to tip it away. Stutz hangs on, dribbles a couple times, hands off to McGlone. Under 20 on the shot clock. McGlone left off a screen, guarded by Chalbe, who's back in for Belmont. Stutz doubled with Bradshaw and Mercer. A 3-point try, left side, wouldn't go. That shot was taken by Richards, an offside rebound. Went to Reese Chamberlain for the Bruins. Angles to the right on the dribble, lost it. Chamberlain trying to get it back. EKU got it. Hit ahead, goes to Richardson, jumps to a stop, lays it off the window, wouldn't go, but put back in. I think that was foul. EKU making things happen with their defense. 1-point game. Bruins 17, Colonel 16. Chamberlain on the dribble, strong with the left hand, then the right, got into the paint, drew a foul. I think that one will go against Matthews.
Yeah, you can see that coming. I mean, Eastern's been very aggressive with their on-the-ball defense. Probably got away with one on that turnover against Reese, and then they're not going to let that happen the rest of the night.
Stutz goes out of the game. Devin Muff has returned. So with Corey Walden not playing, Eric Stutz on the bench. That's 33 points per game. That's not out there right now. Jackson does return as Matthews goes out.
Both teams with a 3-guard lineup right now.
Right baseline throw in. Chamberlain deals in the corner. Chalbe has it. Uses the dribble, goes outside. Defended by Powell. Backs off. Evan Brands is back in, trying to get a pass along the left side. Got it. Evan moves into the paint, fires outside. Chamberlain fires a 3. The wouldn't go. Hard off the back rim. Evan Brands got the long rebound. Chalbe, baseline jumper from 15, wouldn't fall. Brands trying to get a piece of it. Went up high, and a foul will go against EKU.
Yeah, he went flying out of bounds. He got a nice push in the back.
It'll go against Devin Muff, and that'll be his second. Team's third. Out of bounds to Belmont with 10:34 to play in the half. Bruins 17, EKU 16. Another right baseline throw in for East Chamberlain. Muff stays in the game with 2 fouls, and right in front of Chamberlain, the inbounds man bounces in. Mercer had it stripped and taken away. McGlone got the steal. Belmont trying to get something easy on the inbounds. McGlone off a high screen. 1.5 pass right side. Richardson puts it on the deck. He's going to be fouled by Belmont. They'll call that one on Chamberlain.
That's going to be his second. He's going to have to take a seat.
So Reese will go out. Taylor Barnett up off the Belmont bench. Chalbe was already in. Eric Stutz coming right back for EKU. Timmy Nipp returns as well. Richardson and Muff will go to the bench. Belmont leading by 1. EKU led early, trying to retake the lead right here. Outside it goes to Nipp. Sends it out to midcourt. Caught by Jackson. Over to Jalen Fab Harrison, who's in it for the first time. 6'4" sophomore from Ontario. Has it now. Works it right side. Powell into the paint for a touch. Kick to the corner. Nipp for 3. Good. EKU leads. A 3 by Timmy Nipp. First player in double figures with 10. Halfway point first half. EKU 19 and Belmont 17. Chalbe, 1.5 pass to Barnett. They contest everything. Powell almost got that pass. Barnett dribbles near midcourt. Trying to spin away from Powell. He's right there. Picks it up head of the circle. Delivers to Chalbe near the table. Brad's up top. Left side, Barnett. Up top again. It goes to Bradshaw. Mercer posting mid-post left side. Working in there against Stutz. Couldn't get the roll. Trying to get it back. Battling everybody. It's out of play. Mercer touched it last. EKU gets it. Here comes Tyler Haddon for the first time for Belmont. 6'10", freshman, Cincinnati, Ohio native, and a 23rd appearance for Tyler, averaging 2 points and a rebound. Mercer goes to the bench.
Yeah. Well, good post move by Mac Mercer there. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Paul Jackson walked to the cross midcourt. EKU leading by 2. Gives it up to Bab Harrison. Right side he dribbles. Barnett plays it. Nipp with it. Behind the 3-point line and back out to midcourt. They go to Jackson. Down to 14 on the shot clock as Jackson dribbles. Trying to lose Chalbe on a screen. Barnett gets him on a switch. Jackson into the paint. Knocked away. Belmont got it. Haddon picks it up. Goes to Chalbe. Looking to run. Chalbe hesitates. Deals Barnett. Fires inside. Easy 2 for Haddon.
Heads up play there by Taylor Barnett. Had the wide open 3, but Haddon's even wide open for the layup.
19-19. Under 9 to play first half. Dip right side behind the 3-point line. Bab Richardson on the bounce. Or Bab Harrison, I should say. Keeps his dribble. Working against Barnett. Inside, they try to get something easy. It was knocked away. Powell trying to recover along the baseline. Brads and Bradshaw on the floor. The tie-up will give it to Belmont.
Good hustle there by Bradshaw. Kind of a loose ball, chance to just get on it.
Here comes EKU with Tommy Matthews returning. Jackson will go out. They also bring back Denzel Richardson in place of Powell. 19-19, 8:31 to play first half. Belmont started hot, but only 2 of its last 9. Turnover's been an issue so far for Belmont. 8 already, and EKU scored 12 points off those.
Time to get Evan Brads a shot.
Got the nation's leader in field goal percentage and hasn't scratched yet tonight. Back cut, Bradshaw going to the goal. Deals it outside. A 3 by Haddon was well short. Rebound chased down by Richardson in the right corner. EKU runs it up with Bab Harrison. Crossing over the 3-point line. Left side 3, Richardson tries it. That was well off the mark, too strong. Long rebound, Bradshaw trying to get it. Big collision out front between Bradshaw and Matthews. A call correct for the foul.
Yeah, you can't fault him for that one. If he picks that one up, that's a layup the other way.
Out of bounds to EKU right in front of us with 8:02 to play in the half in a tie game. EKU keeping the subs rolling in and out. Stutz coming back. So is Jackson. So is Powell.
I wish they'd leave Richardson in. That was a bank from about 25 feet. You could see when he let it go, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, that's not a good look for a guy who's a good 3-point shooter. He's 36% on the year.
Yeah.
McGlone puts it in play to Jackson. Behind the 3-point line is Nip. Goes up top, Stutz driving. Right hand off the window. Finishes on the run. And Stutz has his first 2. EKU leads 21-19.
He's versatile.
Chalby out near the table. Stutz out to give him a look. Had his pocket picked. It's 2-on-1. Getting back is Barnett to knock it away from Stutz. Jackson recovers and lays it in. That didn't turn out so well. Thought Belmont might recover after another giveaway. Bruins ball. Offensive court trailing by 4. EKU's biggest lead. Almost threw it away again. Brads picks it up free throw line. Outside to Chalby. Delivers back to Brad straight away. Inside to go Haddon, working on smaller man Powell. And a 3-second call against Tyler Haddon. Rick Bird. These are the things that drive him especially crazy are turnovers. And Belmont has certainly had a bunch of those so far tonight.
Yeah, they had the mismatch there. They had the 6-foot Jackson on him. Good entry post pass and 3 seconds.
4-point lead for EKU. 7:18 to play. Timeout on the court. 23-19. Bruins trail on 104.5 The Zone.
Tate Ornamental is a family-owned and operated company that has been in business since 1988. Tate Ornamental prides itself on being a one-stop shop for design, fabrication, and installation of all of your metal, wood, and stone fabrication needs. Tate Ornamental works with both residential and commercial clients all over the country. To learn more about Tate Ornamental or to schedule a free in-home granite consultation, please visit us online at tateornamental.com. Tate Ornamental, a proud sponsor of Belmont Athletics.
Book your stay with Courtyard Nashville Brentwood, a proud supporter of the Belmont Bruins. Located just minutes from Belmont University, the recently renovated Courtyard Nashville Brentwood has everything you need to win the game. The hotel offers complimentary Wi-Fi, an on-site fitness center, and the Bistro, featuring healthy dining options for breakfast and dinner, and proudly serving Starbucks coffee. Located at 103 East Park Drive in Brentwood. Visit online at BrentwoodCourtyard.com or call 615-371-9200 to make a reservation.
Belmont trailing EKU 23-19, 7:18 remaining in the first half. The Bruins, as a team, generally take good care of the basketball. Only 13 turnovers per game, but already 10 tonight, and EKU has turned those into 14 points. Bruins lineup consisting of Evan Brads and Tyler Haddon, Oldham Mobley, Taylor Burnett, and Craig Bradshaw. EKU bringing it up with Paul Jackson left to right. Picked up by Mobley as Belmont plays man. Yep. Works over to the right. Powell taking a baseline. Deflected passes. They try to get it to Stutz. Went right back out front to Nip. Jackson with it again. Working over against the Bruins D near the bench. Jackson up top, 12 to shoot. Brads comes out to give him a look. Crossover dribble a couple times. Picks it up. Couldn't squeeze off a shot. Kicks it left for a 3 by Nip. That's in. Timmy Nip made 3. Having a great first half. 26-19. Check that. That was McGlone for 3. He's having a good first half, too. He's got 8. Bradshaw on a trap. Threw it away. Went right to McGlone. Bruins with an 11th turnover. Nip deals baseline. Powell squeezes off a shot. Couldn't finish. Brads swatted it off the rim. They'll count the bucket. Not sure who they'll give it to.
You're right. Uncharacteristic. A lot of turnovers here by the Bruins in the first half. But credit Eastern Kentucky's defense, too.
28-19. EKU opening up a 9-point advantage. They will give the basket to Stutz on the tip in. Powell put up the shot, and right there to try to knock it home with Stutz. Brad's knocked it out of play, and that makes it 28-19. Timeout on the floor. 30-second TO asked for by Belmont. Look at the shooting numbers. EKU 12 of 22, 4 of 11 from 3. Belmont after the hot start, only 5 of 11 from long distance, but the turnovers really been the problem. 19 points off turnovers for EKU in this first half and 14 points in the paint. Neither Reese Chamberlain nor Caleb Chalbe in the game right now for Belmont. Chamberlain in foul trouble, and that's a big problem against an EKU team that really pressures the ball. Almost another knockaway. Belmont got it across midcourt. Went to Haddon on the right. Bradshaw plays the point here. McGlone defends closely near the midcourt stripe. Bradshaw trying to get away. Maybe a reach in. Went to Mobley behind the three-point line. Bradshaw fires a pass. Brad's right corner. Kicks it out. Bradshaw pulls the trigger. Three. Wouldn't go. Missed to the right. Brad's got a piece of the rebound and controls. Dribbles to the left. Under 6 to play first half. Bruins down 9. Mobley up top. Picks up his dribble. Haddon trying to get position inside against big Eric Stutz. Bradshaw pressured on the right. Threw it away. Trying to go to Brad's. Turnover number 12. 5:45 to play in the half.
Yeah, we've done a lot of games this season without 12 turnovers.
Man, this is not good. EKU brings Richardson out of the game. They have Powell and Nip as well as McGlone and Jackson and Eric Stutz. Stutz to the three-point line, deep left side. Haddon out to give him a look. Now a short pass intended for McGlone on the left, deflected out of play by Bradshaw with 23 to shoot. McGlone in front of the Belmont bench to throw it in. With EKU in front by 9, goes into Stutz. Haddon, his defender. Stutz dribbles and hands off to McGlone. Tracked by Barnett. Takes it down to the baseline. Out front, Jackson. Short pass, Nip for a deep three. Right side. Made another one. That was definitely Timmy Nip that time. Yep. 31-19. EKU opening up a 12-point advantage. Without leading scorer Corey Walden, Belmont down a dozen after losing by 12 to EKU the first time. Bradshaw on a drive and scoops it in.
Well, they did what you got to do. If they're going to attack you on defense, you've got to attack the goal, put the pressure back on them.
31-21. Trimsley back to 10 for EKU. 1.5 pass right side. Goes to Nip. Trying to get away from Brad's. Deflected out of play by Bradshaw. 24 to shoot for EKU. Pass intended for McGlone on the right side. Officials tell McGlone you need to come down closer to the corner to put the ball in play. He was listening to his coach, Jeff Neubauer.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to throw it in from over there either.
Yeah, that's not a very good spot.
Tough spot to throw it in.
Bounces in, right of the paint. It's Nip. Back again against Brad's. Deals it out front. Touch for Stutz. Now McGlone goes to Jackson behind the three-point line. 15 on the shot clock for EKU. Leading by 10. Jackson on the dribble. Nip behind the three-point line. Stutz up top. Had guards to the right side. Three. Jackson wouldn't go. Back rim and the offside rebound. Pulled away by Bradshaw. Went up to get it. Craig runs it up himself on the dribble. Met by Nip. Got into the paint. Had it knocked away. And a foul called against EKU. Little Bronx cheer, I think, from the student section over here as that foul went against Timmy Nip, his first and the team's fourth. 3 subs for Eastern Kentucky. It is Bab Harrison, Richardson, and Matthews going back in. Devin Muff checking in as well. Only player to stay in was Nip, who just got the foul. Belmont right baseline throw in with Taylor Burnett. 4:19 to play first half. EKU 31 and Belmont 21. Barnett looks, goes to Bradshaw. They try to get the pass, and Bradshaw was fouled by Matthews. Went up to contest the pass, was off balance, ran into Craig. Matthews gets his second, team's fifth.
Well, these 4 new guys, I mean, they're continuing to be super aggressive defensively. That may be part of Coach Neubauer's strategy.
Barnett right at midcourt to throw it in. Looks for Bradshaw, bounces to him. Other side of midcourt, will bring it back across. New shot clock for the Bruins, down 10. Crossover Bradshaw near midcourt. And he almost threw it away. Barnett a heads-up play to knock it off. Bab Harrison out of bounds.
Just smart basketball IQ to save the turnover there by Taylor Barnett.
Mobley, throw in for Belmont. Goes into Bradshaw, 25 on the shot clock, near 4 minutes to play, 10-point game. Bradshaw up top, working down the right side, and we get a reach-in foul going against EKU. That one will go again against Matthews, his third.
Again, Bradshaw attacking the goal. They're not going to call that push or hand check unless you attack the basketball.
Again, the shot clock returns to 35. And again, Barnett goes right baseline to trigger the inbounds play. Slaps the ball. Way outside, it's Bradshaw. Listen on the deck, Matthews hit the floor, block foul, and Matthews got his fourth.
Absolutely.
And that will send Belmont to the line when we come back. Strange stretch of play right there with 3:58 to go in the half. Bruins down 10, 31-21 against Eastern Kentucky on 104.5 The Zone.
Your Belmont Bruins work hard to deliver success all season long. Why not have your buildings work the same way? Trane can have your buildings working just as hard for you this season and every season of the year. Trane can turn wasted energy and operational efficiencies throughout your organization into cash. Guaranteed. Your building's air conditioning, heating, lighting, and water usage can be upgraded through a Trane Guaranteed Energy Savings Program to provide greater performance and energy savings for the life of your building. Make sure your building is at the top of its game. Contact a Trane representative today or go to Trane.com for more information. Trane, making buildings better.
Nothing's more Nashville than Puckett's, where live music meets slow-smoked barbecue, home-cooked vegetables, country breakfast items, burgers, and more, with the kind of hospitality you'd expect to find in the South. With locations in downtown Nashville, Franklin, and Columbia, Tennessee, you're never too far from Puckett's. If it's Gulf Coast seafood you're after, visit Puckett's Boathouse in downtown Franklin. Try our shrimp and grits, hush puppies, the seafood mac and cheese, or treat yourself to fresh Gulf oysters. To learn more, visit PuckettsGrocery.com.
Eastern Kentucky leading Belmont 31-21 with 3:58 to play in the first half. 12 Belmont turnovers leading to 22 Eastern Kentucky points. A fourth foul committed just before the break on Tommy Matthews. I think he got 3 in one trip.
So, we have about 35-second shot clock reset that possession.
Yeah, he only had one, I think, when he crossed midcourt, and then got 3 more. It'll be free throws for Belmont, and these will be the first ones of the game for either team. Greg Bradshaw off the line for 1-1. Bradshaw on the season, 72%. One of the bonus, Bradshaw makes. He has a dozen points. Good to see Belmont get the front end of the 1-1 complete. That's been an issue for this Belmont team this season.
Talk to North Carolina about that.
Yes, indeed. 2 makes for Bradshaw. What a great game that was. 31-23, 8-point game here with Eastern Kentucky in front. That was just another in a long series of classic games between those two. Duke won in overtime by 2. Out front with the ball, McGlone goes to Jackson. Stutz with a 3-point line. Had his defender. Jackson guarded closely by Brads. Reach-in foul against Evan. Didn't care much for the call. Team foul number 4 on Belmont. Paul Jackson has switched numbers over the course of the season. I think he's supposed to wear 0, but now wearing number 10. Everybody else has the name on the back of the jersey. And I guess that was a replacement one for him. Powell behind the 3-point line on the left. Goes to Nip between the circles. Powell again deep left. Stutz left of the lane. Kick to the corner. 3. Powell. Line drives it off. No good. Bradshaw. The near side rebound for the Bruins. Down by 8. Mobley hits the brakes on the left side. Gives it up to Arnett. Lobs it out for Bradshaw. Trying to shake free of Jackson. Reaching foul against Jackson. Another 1-1 coming up for Craig.
I think after that last dead ball, the 3 officials convened. I think they made a conscious effort, guys. We're going to tighten this game up a little bit here.
Well, that they have. We've seen multiple fouls on recent trips, and Bradshaw right back to the free throw line. Made 2 a moment ago. Made another one. to get the bonus shot one more time. Became the 14th member of Belmont's 1,000-point club back a week ago last night at Jacksonville State. 1,022 entering tonight's play, and he's going to move up the list a couple spots as we get deeper into the final stretch of this season. Haddon goes out of the game as Casey is back in for Belmont. Powell checks out, and Bap Harrison returns for EKU. One more free throw for Craig Bradshaw, trying to get Belmont now within 6. 3:12 to go in the half. Free throw good. Craig rock solid at the free throw line. Gives him 15 points on the night. 31-25. He has 15 of Belmont's 25.
You get Evan Brads in the game now.
Over the right side is Bap Harrison. Gives it up to McGlone in the corner. Bap Harrison again. Backing off near the midcourt stripe is Jackson, full head of steam as he drove, and Belmont called for a push. Definitely called much tighter in these last couple minutes. The foul for Belmont will go against Mobley. McGlone to throw it in. Left to the basket.
Belmont back to that 2-3 zone. Got to know where Nip is here.
All the way outside Harrison. Nip has been terrific tonight with 13 first-half points, including 3 three-pointers. McGlone fires left Jackson. McGlone again straight away. 3-ball. Back rim wouldn't go. Stutz a tough rebound middle of the lane. EKU resets. Over to the right. Bap Harrison pulls it for 3. Not this time. Rebound battle for. Bradshaw got it. Actually out-battled his own teammate, Amante Igakeze. Bradshaw fadeaway straight away. Made it. Tough shot for Bradshaw. Feeling it tonight with 17. 31-27. Bruins cutting a 12-point lead down to 4 with 2:20 to go.
Yeah, this pace at 42 at Ohio might not be safe.
Over the right side is Smith. Stutz up top. Pass left, Bap Harrison. McGlone straight away, puts it on the floor. Works left off a screen, almost threw it away. Nice recovery in the corner for EKU. Bap Harrison. Short bounce past McGlone, left baseline, and back out front they reset with Jackson. 10 on the shot clock, under 2 to play in the half. Jackson, fancy dribbling out front, trying to deliver a fancy pass to Stutz. Out of bounds, officials look at each other and say it's Belmont's.
Might have caught a break there. I thought, they might have tipped that one. But it's funny, Eastern Kentucky's almost gotten passive offensively these last several possessions.
Really got deep in the shot clock. Jackson trying to make a fancy delivery right there, and we'll see Craig Bradshaw call for a carry as he brought it across the midcourt stripe. Jackson arrived to defend, and in a game that's seen Belmont turned over now 13 times, those are the ones you don't like when it's really not a situation where you're pressured into doing anything. 31-27 is the score. Belmont is down 4. EKU is led by a dozen in this half. Bruins on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, they call that Jackson's going to turn it over every time.
I think a lot of people will turn it over every time. Bap Harrison in the paint. Short jumper falls off no good. Stutz trying to get the rebound. Casey was in front of him, and Stutz touched it last. Minute 36, Belmont has the ball down 4.
Well, they fought back in. Down at 10, you thought this one was on the verge of getting away from them.
Greg Bradshaw, good work at the free throw line. Made 4 in a row and hit a tough 2. Into the front court, he passes to Igakeze. McGlone out to play him. Skip pass right side. In the corner goes Mobley. Bradshaw couldn't come up with a pass cleanly. EKU got it. 2-on-2. Bab Harrison to the goal and lays it home. 33-27. Another turnover for Belmont leads to points for EKU. 14 turnovers and 24 points. About a minute to play. Mobley on the right. Steps into a 3. Bouncing off no good. Brad's got a piece of the rebound, but it went to Nip for Eastern Kentucky. Bruins had battled back to within 4, but EKU a chance to stretch it back out, leading by 6. Jackson drives. Off the window, wouldn't fall. Foul will go against Mobley defending.
Again, if they're going to call a carry on Bradshaw and they don't call that on Jackson, that's just crazy.
Jackson will shoot his 5th and 6th free throws right here. He's 1 out of 4 on the season.
And Coach Neubauer there, a little bit of, we've seen that a lot what Belmont does. That was definitely a 2-for-1 possession on the shot clock.
Yeah, you could see him saying, hey, go ahead and take it. Try to see if we can get an extra one here. Free throw, no good. Jackson with 1 more coming up. This is his 2nd start of the season. He started against Murray State in the overtime game, and starting tonight in place of Corey Walden, who we see is buried very deep on the bench over there. Jackson made the 2nd, so 1 out of 2. give EKU a 7-point lead. 34-27, got 52 seconds left. Austin Luke checking in for the first time for Belmont. Nick Smith has returned as well. Brads and Barnett.
Yeah, put some more three-point shooters on the floor right now.
Yeah, Belmont can try to get a 2-for-1. Luke in backcourt, pressured a bit as EKU brings a bit of a press. Pass into front court. Barnett fires. Quick three. Would go. Offside rebound. What a play by Bradshaw to get it and stick it in. Went up high. Got the follow. 34-29. 35 seconds left in the half. The differential is 3. Bradshaw has scored 19 in this first half. Scott may be right. That 42 might be in jeopardy. Bruins might need all of them. Bounce pass inside. Richardson with a fake. It was blocked by Brads. Belmont whistle for a foul. Will send Richardson to the line.
Belmont went to a little bit of trapping zone there, trying to get a turnover.
Austin Luke got his first, team 7th. Richardson on the season, 75%. 6 double-figure games. Made a key 3 in their win at Moorhead State. And at 8 points against Belmont the first time around. Free throw no good. 2 players in double figures in this game. Bradshaw with 19 for Belmont. Timmy Nip for EKU with 13. Richardson shoots the second, and it's good. So twice in a row, EKU has made 1 of 2. Richardson checks out. Devin Muff returns. 35-29 is the count. Bruins down 6 with 25 seconds. In play, it goes to Luke. Back to Brads, working against the press for EKU. Brads puts it on the floor and passes across midcourt to Luke. Pressured out front by Matthews, who has 4 fouls. Luke again near the table. Bruins holding for the final shot here, under 10 seconds. Luke puts it on the floor. Down the right side he goes. Beneath the goal, kicks it to the corner. 3. Smith with 3 seconds. Wouldn't fall. Brad's trying to get the rebound. Kick to the corner. EKU got it. Time runs out in the first half. We go to the locker room with EKU in front. 35-29 over Belmont. They led by a dozen in this first half. Bruins cut it to 4. EKU leads by 6 as we go to the break. I think, Scott, no question the story of the first half. 14 turnovers leading to 24 points. Bruins have to tighten that up in the second 20 minutes.
No question. You got to take care of the basketball, and they need somebody else to step up and help Craig Bradshaw right now. But Bradshaw basically kept them in the ball game here. Like I said, you felt like it was on the verge. You could really get away from them, and 3 or 4 really huge plays by Bradshaw in the first half.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Belmont assistant coach Mark Price will be our halftime guest. We'll check out the scoreboard and first half stats as well. EKU 35, Belmont 29 at the break on 104.5 The Zone.
Pleased to be joined by Belmont University men's basketball senior Reese Chamberlain. Reese, thanks for taking the time out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Do you remember when you first started playing the game of basketball, reflecting on those little guy days, and maybe at what point you said, this could be something I'd like to aspire to play collegiately?
Yeah, I have an older brother that's 4 years older than me, so I probably started playing when I was 5, kind of looking up to him, trying to be like him, and I played rec league all the way through 5 to probably 10 until I could play travel ball when I was in 6th grade and then middle school ball. So it's kind of been always something I loved playing and enjoyed it. Kind of had something to build with my dad and have a good relationship with him, and he loved basketball, so definitely something I wanted to pursue.
I know your family's very important to you, and your parents are central figures home and away. So can you talk about how instrumental they've been in your playing career?
Big time. From growing up when I was little, my dad was working during the day. My mom would always take me to games and stuff, and just had a big impact of getting me there. And then my dad played in high school and stuff and knew the game and loved the game. So just having to talk to him after every high school game, middle school game, and just kind of getting support from him. And then in college, I think my dad might have missed a couple games freshman year with my little brothers playing high school ball, but I don't think he's missed one since, so it's been awesome just to have that kind of support every game.
Growing up in Goodlettsville and playing at Beach, what did you know about Belmont and Coach Bird, and ultimately what led you to be a Bruin?
I always heard good things growing up around the Nashville area about Belmont. Just it was a good school, and then the program, especially the few years before I got here, had success getting to the tournament, and just that brought a big spotlight on them. And then Coach Bird, like, I've never heard a bad thing about him, so growing up around here, I just heard positive things. And then Andy Wick from Hendersonville, my rival high school, just hearing about all the good things he had to say about it was just definitely something that kind of attracted me to come here.
Now, as many Bruin fans know, Belmont lost 3 really productive seniors last year, J.J. Mann, Drew Windler, and Blake Jenkins. And as one of 3 returning seniors, what type of leadership role and onus do you feel for this year's team?
Yes, sir. Last year I had a little bit of leadership role with J.J. being a big vocal leader, as everyone knows, but just the pressure of being able to step up my vocal and just talking on the floor more and saying things to God to get encouragement for them when they're down or having a bad practice, just continuously building up the teammates and stuff like that, and just letting my actions speak for themselves, just playing as hard as I can every practice and just really enjoying the time I have out here as it's my last year.
Picking up on that, as many people know who follow the program, Coach Bird puts quite a bit on his point guards, both in terms of terminology and knowledge of plays, but also, as you alluded to, being vocal and in a leadership role. Can you talk a little bit about that and your relationship with Coach Bird, and moreover, how important it was for you to grow under Karan Johnson while Karan was here?
Yes, sir. I had great point guards following. So Drew Hanlon was here when I was a freshman and redshirt freshman, so I got to learn from him. He was a great guy to learn from, really vocal and a great point guard for the program. And then also, like you said, Karan was just one of the best point guards that Belmont's ever had. Just his competitive nature every day in practice. People always saw it in games, but he was the same way in practice, and that's just something that I learned from both of them. Just being the point guard is just every day in practice having the intensity that's needed, and I think through that people look to the point guard just because Coach Bird gives so much responsibility to us just to be the leader and be vocal and make sure everyone knows what offense we're in, what defense we're in, and just putting all the pressure on us to make sure the team's rallied behind us.
As we start to wind down, Reese, what's one thing that you've come to love about Belmont University that maybe you didn't know about until you got here?
One big thing is just really the people that's around Belmont. I knew coming here it was a good school and I was going to have a great opportunity for basketball, but the experience that's really had a big impact on my life is just the people that we have in the athletic facility, the teachers, and then just the coaching staff that we have is second to none. So it's really been awesome.
And then lastly, I've got to ask about the final sequence in Chapel Hill, almost a year ago now. Do you think about that a lot if you're just lying awake at night or, I don't know, on a bus to a game? It has to almost be like a dream sequence for you.
Every once in a while, I'll catch myself thinking about, like, how did we come back and win? And I'll be talking to JJ or something, I'll say, like, holy smokes, that was amazing just to think back on. It'll be something I'll never forget and something that I like to go back and watch every once in a while just to get the emotional high and stuff. But it was an awesome experience and one I'll never forget for sure.
Well, Senior Reese Chamberlain, thanks so much for taking the time out, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The biggest thing that people don't realize is time management.
Time commitment. Definitely time management.
It takes a lot of time management.
Well, it's just a complete honor to be a Division I student athlete. There's so much that goes into it, and there's so many people that would like to play any sport in college, let alone Division I, and that don't get the opportunity to. And it's just such a wonderful, wonderful thing to add to a college experience.
we balance school, we balance practice, all that stuff, and it's a lot more than people realize. It's a full plate all the time, and making sure that you're fully committed to all those things is a huge challenge.
It teaches you as a person, too. I've grown up a lot just from being a D1 athlete, so I think just from a side of the sport, it helps you grow up a lot.
It's kind of like a full-time job, you know. You have deadlines you have to make, you have to show up on time, do your best.
You probably have to cut out a lot of stuff that most people don't, like you don't get the time, the leisure time some other people get.
Finding that balance between school and success in your sport, as well as being able to have a life outside of that and be happy and make friends and other ways. And so it is a juggling act, but you know, I think it builds a lot of character.
It takes a lot of commitment to be a D1 athlete, and to balance that along with academics and a social life, it's very difficult.
Sometimes students don't realize just because we are at a smaller school doesn't mean our athletes don't work as hard to achieve their goals and their dreams and still do really well.
Our coaches, our administrators are on us about academics, so it's not like I'm going to sleep in and skip all my classes and have someone else do my work for me. No. They provide us with help if we need it, and they're, like, GPA is just as important as like running a fast time or scoring points at conference. Like, we're students first and athletes second.
To have a certain schedule every single day and maintain that schedule if you want to succeed in the classroom and on the field as well.
As a student athlete, you know, it is what it is. It's student athlete, not athlete student. So you really have to focus on getting your schoolwork done as well.
We want to graduate on time. We don't want to be you know, in school forever, and I think being an athlete is a whole nother ballgame to try and do that. You have to be able to manage your time, and you have to make your priorities around, you know, you have to be a student first and still do your job as a player.
MEND is a long-term grassroots initiative that brings two really important words together, men and end. MEND means raising awareness about the issue of domestic violence and all violence against women and girls. It means engaging men, leaders, and role models to be part of this initiative. And most importantly, all of our long-term success is focused on educating young men and boys, raising them to treat women and girls differently. It's as simple as that. Elevate the issue, engage men, educate young men and boys.
I'm proud of the fact that the Ohio Valley Conference has an established relationship with the YWCA of Middle Tennessee because of its commitment to helping to stop domestic violence. Coaches can play a wonderful role in helping to spread the message about respectful manhood. Coaches are such great influencers and good role models to the young men that are on our teams.
We talk to our players about a lot of things, and certainly that's one of them. Learning how you treat people, and in particular women, and so it's a very, very important message, and I think it's one that coaches should be talking to their players about, and we do.
YWCA actually initiating this program was a step ahead of now the way our whole country understands and the things they've seen, and I applaud them for that. And it did make me think when I went to the meeting and listened to the program about the way that we talk about certain things. I can't imagine anything worse than a man using a physical superiority or even the emotional ability to intimidate a woman. I think it's real important, again, for us to realize that we're educating our guys when they're not in the classroom and they're around us. But it's important for them to hear from us things that are dead serious, and that's one of them it is.
Domestic violence is a man problem. If you look at the statistics, men are abusing the women as opposed to the other way around. Not to say that it doesn't happen that way, but you know, us as men, us as coaches, we need to set an example of how not to just play basketball and win games, but how to live a productive life. And the first step of that is respecting women. Pat Shea came and spoke to us at our spring coaches meeting Her speech, even though it was a couple minutes long, went directly to my heart. Being a family member of people who have been domestic violence victims, and I just kind of took that opportunity and ran with it. It's a great movement that she has. It's called Engaging Men, and we're just trying to get involved as much as we can and bring down the statistics of domestic violence in Nashville.
Going on, number 16 Maryland leading Nebraska 64-59 late. SMU over Temple 63-54. Still to come, number 7 Arizona against USC. Number 9 Utah and Oregon State, and number 3 Gonzaga plays at Pacific. A lot of people think Gonzaga could be a number 1 seed in less than a month on Selection Sunday.
Well, Belmont's Greg Sage did say he talked to the Eastern Kentucky SID, and apparently Corey Walden has a minor injury. Could be available in the second half.
Okay, well, he was not available in the first half and has not shed the warm-up yet tonight. Underway in the second half, EKU with the basketball. Timmy Nip out front, guarded by Evan Brads. Versus a couple times on the dribble, spins into the lane, right hand trying to finish and does so. Timmy Nip has the first 2 of the second half. He has 15 tonight, 37-29. The lead is 7 for EKU. Reese Chamberlain limited by fouls in the first half in the game. Trying to shake free of Jackson, deals out to the wing. Bradshaw couldn't come up with a bounce pass, ended up in the press table, and EKU gets it. First trip, first turnover of the second half for Belmont.
Hopefully the trend doesn't continue.
Yes. Turnovers have been aplenty tonight for a Belmont team. Only turns it over 13 times per game, but 14 already tonight. Left baseline, it is Stutz. Has Ekekezi on him. Left-hand dribble, trying to get in the lane, circles around with the right hand, puts it in. Great start for EKU. Buckets by Nip and Stutz. 39-29. Lead back to double figures. 12 has been the biggest advantage. Chamberlain near midcourt. Jackson going for a poke away. Trap, and they threw it away. It went right to Powell. Chamberlain got the knock away as they looked to hit ahead to Stutz, and Belmont saved a bucket.
The Eastern's very effective. Usually Belmont sets a lot of on-the-ball screens. They trap the ball dribbler. Stutz and Jackson just did a good job. 2 straight turnovers for the Bruins to start the second half.
Haven't even got a shot away yet. EKU with McGlone. Puts it in play to Stutz. Knocked out of bounds by Ekekezi here and stays with the Colonels. And now the officials have talked it over and say it's going to be Belmont's ball.
Monze got the hand in there. I guess it went off of Stutz's leg.
Jeff Neubauer with a conversation with a baseline official. Belmont will bring it up. Bradshaw will bring it across. Chamberlain plays off the ball. Crosses midcourt, working on McGlone. Deals left corner for Chamberlain. Moves into the paint, kicks it to the right corner. Egakese puts up a three, misses badly, well short. But Chamberlain trying to chase down the miss. He fell out of play. The ball goes to EKU. Pile up near the Belmont. McGlone and Powell are over there. With a 10-point advantage. EKU got the basketball, played about a minute and a half in the second half. Inauspicious start to the second 20 minutes for the Bruins. Egakese has just not had the same shooting eye from three-point land that he did back earlier in the season when he was over 50% on the dribble. Jackson. And Stutz wasn't ready. Ball hit him right in the numbers, went to Bradshaw. Trying to beat Nip to the basket, got to the goal, threw it off the underside of the rim, and EKU has the basketball, leading by 10. Foul front court. Working on Barnett, backs off three-point line. Stutz. Belmont went for the overplay. Brad's got a piece of it. Barnett goes to the floor and dug it out. Got it to Egakese. Bruins looking to attack. Bradshaw on a drive, scoops it off the window, couldn't get the bounce. Egakese crashes the glass and went out of bounds.
Well, you like to drive by Bradshaw there, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, no trouble with them attacking right there, even though Belmont didn't have numbers. Bruins trail by 10 with 2 minutes played, second half. 39 for the Colonels, 29 for Belmont. Jackson to Nip. Now McGlone behind the three-point line. Gives it up to Jackson straight away. Stutz, high post. Egakese is there. Delivers left to the paint. Nip, right hand, wouldn't go, went over the rim and right to Bradshaw. Craig jogs it across, left-hand dribble. Plays left to Chamberlain. Guarded by Jackson. Reese moves into the paint, jumps to a stop, fires right corner. Bradshaw, three ball, pops out, no good, and Powell got a tough rebound. Looked good all the way, couldn't fall for Craig. Bruins yet to score, down 10 here in the second half. Jackson holds the ball in midcourt. Jeff Neubauer, the 10th-year EKU coach, telling his team what he wants and takes a seat. McGlone goes to Jackson. On a high post at Stutz. Looking for a back cut, didn't happen. Lobs it over McGlone, deep right side. Fakes a three, moves left behind his screen set by Nip. Backs off with 8 to shoot. Now 5 on the shot clock. McGlone, Bunny might pull up and fire. Drives instead, shovels it off the window and in there. Drove on Brads.
Good looking player.
Quick hit ahead. Bradshaw to the rack. He scores, and Belmont finally on the board here in the second half. 41-31. Bruins still trail by 10. Bradshaw has 21. Got to find some other scoring for Belmont. Craig has 21 of the Bruins 31. 3.5 deep second half. McGlone up top. Brads guards as Belmont plays man-to-man. McGlone crossing over. Left side of the lane, got in there again and scores. That was way too easy. Can't have that happen. McGlone back-to-back buckets. 43-31.
Hesitation move.
Chamberlain in a trap, knocked away right in front of us, goes out of play, and it'll belong to Belmont with 30 to shoot. Somebody has caught Stutz with a fingernail in the jersey at some point this season. He has a huge rip in the front of his uniform. But he came over here in front of us a minute ago. I noticed that earlier. EKU, as we saw in the first half, bringing subs in and out. 3 new ones go in. They lead by a dozen with 16-13 to go. Burnett started the game. Hot from three-point land. Belmont has not had much success to speak of since the first minutes. Barnett up top. He'll try it for three. No good. Rebound. McGlone went in and got it for EKU. Richardson just checked in, lost his shoe. Takes a moment to put back on the left sneaker and runs up to play offense here. Stutz and McGlone exchange passes near midcourt. Belmont down 12. 15:48 to play. EKU led by 12 in the first half. Bruins trimmed it down to 4. Here's McGlone. Finger rolls it up and got 2 more.
He's kind of doing whatever he wants to do right now.
Just brutal defense by Belmont right now. And Rick Bird, arms folded, calls time. We'll take a break as well. 15:39 to play. Eastern Kentucky 45, Belmont 31 on 104.5 The Zone.
Grayline of Tennessee is the exclusive transportation company chosen by Belmont Athletics. Grayline specializes in charter services, sightseeing adventures, airport shuttles, and casino trips. Safety, dependability, and customer satisfaction is the focus of Grayline of Tennessee, with a top-of-the-line fleet of over 70 vehicles. The best in the business, becoming even better. Please call 615-883-5557 for any of your transportation needs, or log on to graylinetn.com.
Want to get more out of your next getaway? Then stay with friends when you're visiting Belmont University, because friends give you more, especially the ones at Hampton Inn Brentwood. Rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton beds, knowing the linens and duvet are washed fresh for every guest. And since friends don't let friends go hungry, you'll be treated to a free hot breakfast. Real value from your friends at Hampton. Book your visit at hampton.com or call 615-373-2212. Go Bruins!
Bring it back as soon as you can. Back to play here in Nashville. Belmont trailing by 14 against Eastern Kentucky. Colonels have the basketball. The turnover by the Bruins on the last trip. That gives Belmont 16 on the night, and a jumper made by Powell. Make it Denver Muff for two. Lead goes to 16. EKU looking a whole lot more like the East Division champs than Belmont is at this juncture. Drive by Chamberlain and a score. Will go to the free throw line for one. The foul is on Matthews. He's out. Basket counts. It was on Muff instead of Matthews, and that's his third. First of the half for the Colonels. Didn't get much time in there, and we'll take another timeout. 14:49 to go. This is the scheduled media timeout. EKU 47 and Belmont 33. We'll be right back on 104.5 The Zone.
Vanderbilt Orthopedics is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Belmont University Athletics and is glad to have head coach Rick Bird on their team.
Hi, I'm Rick Bird, basketball coach of the Belmont Bruins. Our team works really hard on and off the court. Sometimes, though, an unexpected sprain, strain, or break can happen. Then we trust the sports medicine experts at Vanderbilt Orthopedics to get us back in the game safely and quickly. Call 615-93-ORTHO to make an appointment today.
Comfort Inn West, located at 412 White Bridge Road, exit 204 off I-40, is a proud supporter of Belmont University and Belmont Bruins athletics. Just 5 minutes away from Belmont's campus, Comfort Inn West offers many amenities including 70 spacious rooms, an outdoor swimming pool, free high-speed internet, complimentary continental breakfast, and more. To book a room, call 615-356-0888 or toll free at 888-443-8357 or reserve online at comfortinwestnashville.com.
14:49 to play. EKU 47 and Belmont 33. The Bruins looking like things don't improve here. On their way to a much earlier week appearance in the OVC tournament than we've seen in recent years. But still time to go here. Still a couple more games remaining in the regular season after this. But Belmont has struggled out of the gates here in the second half. 12-4 outscored by EKU after being down 6 points at halftime. Chamberlain missed trying to complete a three-point play. Casey trying to get the rebound, and Chamberlain dug it out. Bradshaw on a drive kick to the corner. Brads for a three. It's good. That was a big shot by Brads.
Well, he's got to get him shots. That's all. He's 1 for 1 now.
First attempt of the night for Evan. Much farther out than what he typically takes, but has shot up pretty well from three-point range this season now, 5 of 10. Nip goes McGlone out of the circle. Students ask for D. Belmont down 11 with about 14 minutes left. Good ball movement around the perimeter. And Bab Harrison on a drive. Chamberlain hit the floor trying to get an offensive foul. He got his third instead, and that's Belmont's first of the second half. EKU up 47-36. They'll have a new 35 here. Right baseline, McGlone will trigger. Gets it and play to Nip. Short corner right side. Got it back to McGlone and dribbles all the way out near the scorer's table. Brads plays off, and here comes Bradshaw. Bruins look like showing the 2-3 zone again here. Yep, saw some of that in the first half. Exchange of passes, McGlone and Jackson. Jackson puts it on the floor. Pass right side, McGlone pulls the trigger. Quick three, wouldn't fall. Bradshaw up to get a tough rebound in front of Nip. Bradshaw to Chamberlain. Barnett right corner, puts it on the floor against McGlone. Deals along the baseline to Brads. Kick out Egakese. Left side three, made it.
Well, now the shots are flying. Quick 8-0 run there, yeah.
Brads and Egakese after the two-point bucket by Chamberlain. 47-39. Mini run for the Bruins here. McGlone well behind the three-point line. Bradshaw trying to fight around a screen, and Craig will get the foul as Jackson hit the floor. Second for Bradshaw, second for Belmont in the half. 13:27 to go, 47-39 EKU.
Again, I like it. You got to be aggressive. Guys got to run you off the screen, fight through the screen.
McGlone, new coach Jeff Neubauer on the EKU bench will throw it in. They were the OVC tournament champs last year when they beat Belmont in the final, 79-73 at Municipal. Belmont, of course, the regular season OVC champions. Murray State will hold that distinction this season. Right side Nip behind the three-point arc. Gives it up to Stutz. Short pass Jackson on the right. Stutz sent a screen. Jackson slid left, trying to get in the paint. Gives to McGlone. Bam Harrison, deep three, left side. Offside. Rebound goes to Bradshaw after the miss. Bradshaw lobs ahead. Brad's great catch. He streaked to the goal. Missed at the rim. Fell into the cheerleaders. Will go to the free throw line.
Hard fall, but he hopped up quick. Woo! That was scary.
Thought it was going to be like that play from the Kentucky-Tennessee game the other night when the cheerleader took a spill over there after a drive. Brad's going to the stripe. Foul went against McGlone, his first. Evans shaking it off. 67% of the year from the free throw stripe. First appearance there tonight. This was short. We talked about the numbers for Evan. Leader in the country in field goal percentage at 70.6%. Averaging 17 points and 8 rebounds in OVC, playing 76%. Free throw is good, so made 1 out of 2. Jeff Laydick going in for the first time for Belmont, 6'4" junior from Mishawaka, Indiana. Making his 27th appearance. Brad goes out. 7-point game. Bruins down 47-40. Played 7 minutes in the second half. McGlone across midcourt. Number 5 in maroon gives it up to Stutz up top. Guarded by Egakese, puts on the floor. Jumps to a stop. Bounces to a cutting Powell. Deals right side for a Nip three-pointer that's on the money. Timmy Nip. Big night for him. Scored 18. 50-40. EKU back to double-figure advantage. Chamberlain gives to Laydick. Skips it right, Bradshaw. Fakes and puts it on the floor. Teardrop shot well short. Block foul will send Bradshaw to the line.
Again, Belmont's effective when they're attacking the defense. That's what Bradshaw will do.
Jamil Powell got his first. Team's third. Greg has shot it well from the free throw stripe. 4-4 tonight. Scored 21 points at 19 at halftime. 2 shots here. The clock stopped with 12.5 to go. Pulls the trigger. Made it. Chamberlain checks out as Caleb Chabe went in between free throws. Bradshaw for one more, trying to make it an 8-point game, and got the roll. Hung up there on the rim for a moment. EKU 50, Belmont 42, 12:35 to play.
Need to stop.
Paul Jackson on the jog, crosses the midcourt stripe right to left, gives it up to Nip deep left side. Up top, Stutz. Puts on the floor, jumps to a stop, takes it himself, right hand, couldn't finish. Rebound to Bradshaw. Craig doing a good job on the glass. In transition here, long pass left side. Chabe to Laydick to Bradshaw. 3 right side missed. Well short. Egakese, great save with to Bradshaw. Up top, Chabe 3, yes.
Great hustle by Egakese to keep that alive.
50-45. Bruins coming to life. Down 5 with 12 minutes to go.
Crowd comes alive.
McGlone on the bounce. Pair of number 5s. Powell with it deep left. One bounce. Sends it back to Jackson between the circles. 18 to shoot for EKU. Driving on Bradshaw to the corner. Nip, three-point try. Well short. Well defended by Leidig. Went right to Egakazi. Bradshaw, cross court. Leidig. Hands in the corner. Burnett, three. Yes, again! 50 to 48.
Neubauer's going to let him play. Doesn't feel like he needs a timeout here.
Jeff Neubauer saying play through it. McGlone on the bounce. Bruins cutting a 12-point lead down to 2. Close they've been since the first half. McGlone on a drive. It's a charge.
Maybe he needs a timeout.
Bradshaw hit the deck. Got the whistle. Give McGlone his second. That takes us to the break. Things picking up for Belmont. 8-0 run and 17-3 over a span of about 3 minutes. EKU leading the Bruins 50 to 48. 11-16 to play on 104.5 The Zone.
Bruin fans, the next time you're in need of lodging or a place to hold a meeting, look no further than Hampton Inn and Suites of Green Hills, just 2.5 miles from Belmont University, offering everything you need for a comfortable night's stay. Banquet space for up to 100 people, an expanded complimentary continental breakfast, complimentary parking, outdoor pool and jacuzzi, and complimentary high-speed internet access. Located behind the mall at Green Hills, information is available at 615-777-0001.
Vanderbilt Orthopedics is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Belmont University Athletics and is glad to have head coach Rick Bird on their team.
Hi, I'm Rick Bird, basketball coach of the Belmont Bruins. Our team works really hard on and off the court. Sometimes, though, an unexpected sprain, strain, or break can happen. Then we trust the sports medicine experts at Vanderbilt Orthopedics to get us back in the game safely and quickly. Call 615-93-ORTHO to make an appointment today.
$7:16 to go here at the Curb Center. Bruins on a 17-3 run after trailing by 12 against Eastern Kentucky. Important game in the OVC East. Half game separating these two. Bruins down 2. Three-pointers starting to fall in this second half. Belmont 4 of 8. It was Brads, it was Egakazi, then Chalbe, then Barnett. Energizing this crowd here at the Curb Center. Bruins on the night 9 of 23 from 3. EKU is 6 of 20. Story of the game has been points off turnovers for the Colonels. 28 on 17 Belmont giveaways.
Well, with the exception of those, 2 or 3 early turnovers, Belmont's done a good job of handling basketball here.
Finding the open shooters. Brads to Barnett. Chalbe, Nick Smith, Craig Bradshaw on the court for Belmont. Barnett bringing it up the floor. Man at midcourt by Richardson. Angles left and backs off. Out of midcourt, back cut, Chalbe lays it up well short, and EKU got the rebound.
Well, nice play. You got to do a backdoor cut if they're going to pressure you like that. Just couldn't get the left to fall.
Bab Harrison passes over to Muff. Now it's Stutz out between the circles. Richardson bounce off Bab Harris again, deep left, 20 to shoot. Stutz posting left block, Bruins collapse with a double team. Smith and Brads. Stutz dribbles out of it. High pass. Bradshaw picks it off. Got the pass ahead to Chalbe. Bruins have numbers. Caleb for 3 on the break. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, hopefully Bradshaw's okay down there.
Yeah, Craig making that play. Shaken up a little bit, but now encouraging the crowd as Belmont leads 51-50.
Wow, that happened. They erased the 16-point deficit quick.
We were joking during the break. Those threes cover up a lot of bad stuff. Now 10 of 24, 5 of 9 in the second half.
Wow.
This place turned up about as much as we've seen all season. Bruins from 12 down to 1 ahead. Still 10.5 to go. Have not seen Corey Walden tonight. Eastern Kentucky's leading scorer, one of the best players in the conference. Understands some sort of injury. There was potential to see him in the second half. Stutz hit the floor. Nick Smith trying to deal with him in the free throw lane, and Nick will get Belmont's 3rd foul of the half.
That's just battling underneath for position.
Smith will go out of the game. Egakazi coming back.
He's done a good job on Stoops here.
Yeah, he's defended him about as well as you can so far tonight, knock on wood. Only scored 6 after 27 the first time. Has it here, right hand, trying to finish, rolls it up and in. Tough delivery, almost back over his head and got it to go. 52-51. Colonels back to the lead. Bradshaw on the bounce. goes to Ekekase in the corner. Braz is open for a second. They get it to him. Right baseline. Turned away and sends it back outside Bradshaw. Cross-court pass Chalbe. Puts it on the floor. They try to wrestle it away, but Caleb strong with the ball. Over to Barnett, down to Bradshaw after a touch by Chalbe. 13 on the shot clock. High screen Brads, 11 to shoot. Chalbe behind the three-point line. Jackson defends. Brads with the screen, 5 to shoot. Chalbe, no-look pass. Ekekase driving baseline. Contact. He rolls home. Counted. Nope. Wipe it off. Thought they were signaling at first the basket was good. Instead, it's a charge on Ekekase.
Well, he had to drive there. No other choice. I thought he made a good play. Questionable call.
Tim Gaddis.
You got a guy.
Come over and wipe things up in the paint.
You got a guy moving completely left towards the bench, and the guy falls back towards the goal. That's where I question the charge.
1 point game. EKU leading 52-51. Past the midpoint, second half. Jackson crosses midcourt right to left. Tip ball. Brad's almost got it, but Nip able to dig it out. Gives it back to Jackson near midcourt. Gets a play call with the signal behind his back. Left off a high screen, moves in, kicks to the corner. Powell wasn't open enough to shoot a three as Barnett arrived. Powell trying to take it down the baseline. Barnett got the steal. Belmont forcing some turnovers here.
Belmont picking up the defensive intensity here in the second half. Absolutely.
Braz gets it to Chalbe. Brings it into the front court. Now they look to collapse on him. Braz, Belmont attacks after they split the double team. Ekekase drove. Couldn't score at the rim. Got it back. Shot clock didn't reset. Kicks it outside for Bradshaw. Greg will put it on the floor. Working on Jackson. Almost ran off and lost the ball. He did. EKU got the steal. Jackson in transition. Circles out at the free throw line. Goes to Powell deep left. Trying to work in against Ekekase. Belmont missed a chance to go back in front. Under 9 to go. They lob it back to midcourt to Jackson. Now McGlone comes over to play the point. 15 on the shot clock for EKU, leading by 1. McGlone. Seen him make some nifty moves in the second half. Now full head of steam working on Chalbe. Drives the left side, goes to Stutz. Takes it baseline and lays it home. 10 for Stutz. 54-51. EKU recovering after falling behind. Quick 4-0 run to lead by 3. Chalbe in a trap. Goes to Bradshaw, free throw line. Pass left corner. Barnett squares for 3. It's short this time. McGlone got the offside rebound.
Got a good look.
We hit 8 minutes to go. 3-point game. EKU leading. McGlone now to Jackson. Players catch the breath a little bit right here. Jackson by himself, dribbling near the center circle. Goes to Nip. Now to Stutz up top. Pass right side Jackson. 12 down on the shot clock. Jackson a little head fake. Working baseline against Chalbe, and Kale will be calling for a push. That'll take us to the timeout. Fifth foul for Belmont of the half. 7:41 to go. New 35 for Eastern Kentucky when we come back. EKU leading Belmont 54-51 on 104.5 The Zone.
A proud supporter of Belmont University and a Hillsboro Village neighbor for over 20 years, Little John Engineering Associates is located just a few blocks away from Belmont University. Little John Engineering has earned a reputation as an industry leader by our commitment to service, quality, and innovation. A top 10 firm for the last 6 years in Middle Tennessee, we are proud to have been a team member for many of Belmont's new facilities, including the Curb Event Center and the new School of Law. For all of your engineering service needs, call Little John Engineering Associates today.
AON is a proud sponsor of the Belmont Bruins. Through more than 66,000 colleagues worldwide, AON provides risk, reinsurance, and human resources services to clients in over 120 countries. AON has repeatedly been named as the world's best broker, best captives manager, and best employee benefits consulting firm by multiple industry sources. Visit aon.com/Tennessee to learn how AON empowers results for clients, colleagues, and communities. Go Bruins!
7:41 to go here at the Curb Center. 54-51 Eastern Kentucky leading Belmont. Stat update. Belmont 10 of 25 from 3, 17 of 40 overall for 42%, 7 of 9 from the foul line. Big rebounding advantage for Belmont, 29-16. EKU 53% on the night and 9 of 14 and a half overall. They're 6 of 20 from 3, 2 out of 4 from the foul line. Belmont has committed 19 turnovers. Eastern Kentucky has scored 30 points off those turnovers. EKU has turned it over 10 times. Belmont has scored 5.
Rice is in for the Bruins.
They have Burton Sampson in for the first time. Mac Mercer, first appearance since the first half. Stutz missed a three. Sampson out there defending. Stutz fell down, didn't get the whistle. Chamberlain back in as well for Belmont. Boy, Sampson in a lot of trouble in the right corner. Trying to find somebody. Turns and fires to Mobley beneath the goal. He fakes, he puts it up, missed. He'll go to the line. And Stutz looked like he hit his left elbow as he fell. Mobley pump faked, and Stutz flew past him.
I think they're going to call that on the floor.
Yep. So no free throws for Belmont here. New 35 instead. Stutz only his first foul of the night. 5 for EKU. Left baseline throw in for East Chamberlain. Chamberlain, Ladick, Mercer, Sampson, Mobley on the court for the Bruins. Interesting lineup to be sure. Stutz goes out of the game. Chamberlain looking for something easy, didn't happen. Goes into Sampson, long three, no good. He was standing out of bounds, or was he fouled? He was fouled by Powell. Will get 3 shots.
Yes, he is.
I was worried his left heel was on the sideline over there when he caught the pass. But 3 free throws coming up.
Hey, give the freshman some credit. He caught it. He was ready to shoot it.
He's been a good shooter this season. 5 of 10 from 3. 3 shots here. The first one's good. Just checked in. Redshirt freshman from Knoxville. Now 6 out of 7 from the foul line and 2 more to come. Can tie this game if he can make them all with 7:21 to go. No good. 1 more for Burton, who's given Belmont some very valuable minutes in conference play this season.
Absolutely. Big spark at the TSU game.
Free throw, bouncing in, made 2 of 3. Hit the front rim and fell over. 1-point game. Eastern Kentucky leading Belmont 54-53, 7:17 to go. McGlone on the jog across midcourt. Chamberlain tracks him to nip behind the 3-point line. Gives it up straight away for Jonathan Hood, who's in for the first time in the foul against Belmont. Go against Mercer, I believe. It is his first. Team 6. Hood is from Durham, North Carolina, 6'4" junior. Only his 14th appearance. EKU needing to go a little bit deeper on the bench tonight with Corey Walden not available and Tommy Matthews in foul trouble. Devin Muff on the bounce outside. Gives it up now to McGlone. Under 7 to go. A 1-point game. EKU in front. McGlone. Left side. Powell. 3-point try. Wouldn't go. 3-shot foul on Belmont. It was Sampson. On the other end of the whistle this time. And it'll be EKU going to the stripe for 3. Powell is 72%. Has not been there tonight. But we'll have 3 opportunities here. 56 of 77 with these attempts. The first one is up and in.
Both teams kind of resting the starters here for the final 4 to 5 minute stretch. Well, here they come.
And the rest is over for Belmont. Powell shoots the second. Up and good. That brings Eric Stutz off the EKU bench. It brings Brads and Egakese, Bradshaw, and Barnett in for Belmont. Starting 5 on the court with Reese Chamberlain. 6:52 to play. Clock stopped and 1 more free throw coming up for Powell, who can extend the lead to 4 for EKU with 1 more connection. It's up and in. They didn't have any rebounders, didn't need any. He made all 3 of the foul shots after the personal committed by Sampson.
Easton's going to pick up a little full court press here.
Get the ball and play to Chamberlain. McGlone tipped the pass going back to Brads. Passes ahead to Bradshaw. Bruins look to get it across midcourt. Brads does just that. Pass over to Egakese. Chamberlain to Bradshaw. Exchange of passes. Reese 1 more time. Bradshaw swings it left corner. Barnett on the dribble. Over to Chamberlain it goes. 3 on its way. No good. Front rim. Egakese trying to get the rebound. Stutz had it. Egakese got it right back. Bradshaw over on the 3-point line on the right. Brads fakes a 3 and moves in. Gives to a cutting Barnett. Deals to the left corner for Egakese. 3 is offline, and on the other side is Dip getting the rebound.
Ooh, good looks.
EKU leads by 4. Bruins opportunities there going by the boards. Got about 6 minutes left. McGlone on the dribble near midcourt. Nip out to set a pick. McGlone driving right side. Lobs a pass over to the wing. Putting on the deck is Matthews and gives it back to Nip straight away. Left elbow. It is Stutz. Deals underneath. Layup attempt. Up. Falls off for Matthews. Egakese got the rebound and got mugged. Matthews is gone.
That's it for Matthews. Yep. And it's a big one, the bonus coming up here for the freshman.
It'll be Amanze going to the free throw stripe on the other end. Trying to cut EKU's lead at half. They send Jalen Bab Harrison back into the game to replace him. Matthews fouls out at the 5:50 mark. Back in the first half, he got 3 fouls on 1 trip.
Yep, 4 fouls in 3 minutes in the first half.
Yeah. Here's Egekeze for one of the bonus, puts it up and in. Amanze with a 3 and now a free throw. Trying to trim the lead back to 2 with 5:50 to play. Key OVC East game tonight here in Nashville. Egekeze free throw, perfect. No drama on either one of those. 57-55. Colonels leading the Bruins. 5:48 to play. McGlone between the legs dribble. Pass over right side goes to Nip. Gives it back to McGlone. Tracked by Chamberlain, and he'll fire a deep 3. Not going to go. Barely hit the backboard and went to Taylor Burnett on the offside. Burnett has it back. Works on the right. Quick 3. Up. No good. Offside rebound for Belmont. Going after it was Bradshaw. Knocked out a play by Craig. And EKU will get it.
Well, quick 3, but Taylor had a good look. See if Eastern can hit their free throws on the other end.
So it was more than just knocked out a play. It was a 3rd foul going against Reese Chamberlain. Or actually, it's a 3rd foul for Bradshaw, I should say. 57-55, 2-point game. EKU leading. It is Bab Harrison at the stripe. The free throw's good. Been a solid free throw shooter this season. Now 9 of 12, the sophomore out of Ajax, Ontario. Trying to extend the Colonels' lead back to 4 with 5.5 to play. Pulls the trigger, made them both. EKU 5 of 5 in the second half of the free throw stripe, all coming in the last couple minutes. They lead by 4. Nip out of the game. Devin Muff has returned. Belmont checked out Egekeze in favor of Mac Mercer. Just figuring that Mac gives him more on the offensive end. Amanze is certainly outstanding on the defensive end. Burnett behind the 3-point line right side. Cross-court pass goes to Brads. Works down the left side of the lane, turned away. Deals out front for Bradshaw, 20 to shoot. Lobs it over left side. Barnett goes up to get it. Now Brads again, straight away. Looks for Mercer, gets it to him. Guarded underneath by Stutz. Got a shot away, wouldn't fall. Stutz came away with a tough rebound. He held his ground and got a stop. EK leading by 4. We're under 5 to go. Paul Jackson across midcourt. Bradshaw looking around for a screen. Bounce away to Bab Harrison. Turns around to face Chamberlain. Delivers left side Jackson. Back out front Bab Harrison. On the right now it's Powell. Bounce feed right of the lane. Muff back out to Powell. Working down the right baseline. Hooks past Muff. Long 18-footer wouldn't go. And Brads pulls away the rebound. Long 2. Wouldn't fall.
We'll take that shot.
Chamberlain hits the brakes right side. Out front Barnett flies to pick it up. Bradshaw with it behind the 3-point line. Near the 4-minute mark. Craig on a drive. Fires it off the window. Wouldn't go. Another tough rebound. Devin Muff this time for EKU. I think he might have got hit in the face when he came away with that one. And EKU will call a 30-second TO with 4:06 to go. 59-55. Colonels leading Belmont. Bruins 0 for their last 7. We'll keep it right here. Belmont only 1 of its last 9. EKU 0 for its last 4 and 2 of its last 8. So neither team lining it up there in this most recent stretch.
That's when about 36 minutes of intense defensive pressure starts to wear on the shooting legs a little bit. Both teams a little wary right now.
Gives us a chance to maybe check out some of the other games in the OVC tonight. Look at the scoreboard. Eastern Illinois leading UT Martin with about 3.5 to go. 58-57 in Charleston. Close game in Edwardsville, Illinois as well. SIUE over Southeast Missouri, 59-55. Same score here with 4:06 to go. Road team, EKU in front. Predators not faring so well on Long Island. New York leading Nashville 5-2. That game got over with at the Nassau Coliseum. See somebody from Nashville get a win tonight. EKU ball midcourt. 30-second timeout is over with. Lobbed into Jackson. Have about 25 to shoot here. Belmont looking to trap as Bradshaw comes over. Got it to McGlone. The offensive court for EKU. Jackson angles to the right on the slow dribble. McGlone on the center circle. Stutz with it out at the three-point line. Extends the ball with the right hand. Gives it up to Jackson. Thought he might try to drive there. Backs away. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3. McGlone at midcourt.
He doesn't know it.
Two-shoot McGlone from about 40. No good. Long rebound went to Barnett for the Bruins. Belmont got a stop.
Bad clock management there.
Chamberlain front court driving. Hooks it behind him. Barnett on the left. Moves in on the bounce to the right, to the corner. Chamberlain, 3, good.
Great ball movement.
Great job by Bradshaw to find the more open Reese Chamberlain for 3. Back to a 1-point game. EKU 59 and Belmont 58. 3:14 to play. McGlone on the dribble. Nip coming out to center screen. Brads gets McGlone on a switch. Looking around to see if Belmont was playing zone here. Bab Harrison tries a deep 3. Couldn't make it. Off the back rim. Brad's by himself to get that rebound. Chamberlain front court for the Bruins. Hits the gas. Fires over right side. Barnett wide open. 3 for the lead. Wouldn't fall. Offside rebound. EKU got it. Went to Jackson. Colonels leading still by a point with 2:43 to play. Setting up for another close finish. Belmont won a 1-point game against Morehead State on Saturday. EKU with a 1-point lead. Near knockaway as Stutz drove and bounced off. Got it back from McGlone. Stutz gives it up to McGlone again, deep right. Moves in a couple paces on the bounce. Bullet pass out front, Jackson. Bab Harrison with 8 on the shot clock. They go deep again here. Harrison hooks it down to Stutz, lays it up and in. Wow. Screen roll, Stutz right to the bucket. They scored 8 in the second half and a dozen tonight. 61-58. 2:10 to play. Bruins down 3. Chamberlain on the dribble, tracked by Jackson. Lowers the shoulder, lost the ball. It'll be tripped up, though, and called EKU will be for a foul, and that'll send Belmont's Reese Chamberlain to the line when we come back. Reese a bit shaken up. One of the bonus on the way with 2:04 to go. EKU 61, Belmont 58. Back with the finish in a moment on 104.5 The Zone.
If you're on a diet of going big, of upping your game, of blowing off the usual weekend boring stuff like walking the dog or pretending to clean out the garage, a diet instead of befriending Dale Earnhardt Jr. so you can ride shotgun on practice laps.
Hey, buddy, hop in.
If you're on a diet of feeling out, of burning rubber, of hitting 200 miles per hour and feeling those 3 G's come down on you like an opera singer sitting on your chest.
You might want to hold on.
A diet of whipping around turns, of blazing the straightaways, of watching the pit crew up close as they change 4 tires in the time it takes a candy machine to change $1. And using that time to chug some Diet Dew. The only diet soda with the full kick and delicious citrus flavor of regular Dew.
That's the stuff.
Before blasting off again for another 20 laps, which is 1,000,000 times more fun than mowing the lawn.
All right.
If you're on a diet of maximizing your weekend, drink Diet Dew. The only diet with dew in it.
EKU leading Belmont 61-58 with 2:04 to go. Reese Chamberlain will step to the line for 1-1 in just a moment. A game that seems Belmont trail by 12 both in the first half and second half. The Bruins rally to take the lead briefly here in the second 20 minutes. Down 3. Teams separated by a half game. Eastern Kentucky 8-4 in the OVC East, and Belmont 8-5. Important game in terms of seeding when you look at the OVC tournament just a few weeks away over at Municipal.
I could have sworn we were down 16. Was that not right?
Well, yeah, it was. Belmont, you're right, did trail by 16 back in this half.
Yeah, they covered that, what, 17-3 run?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to block that part out. Down by 12 in the first half. Chamberlain for 1-1, pulls the trigger, made it. Vega Casey was knocked down as a jockey for position. Didn't matter as Chamberlain made the free throw.
I'm always amazed. They allow sumo wrestling to go on underneath during free throws, but during the regular course of the game, there'd be an automatic foul.
Chamberlain have another. The bonus shot to get Belmont within a point with about 2 minutes to go. He made a move. The senior cool with the free throw stripe. He scored 8. Belmont down 1. We go under 2 minutes. 61-60 Eastern Kentucky. Offensive court Stutz, head of the circle, puts it on the floor, working down the right side. Turned away by Egakazi and passes off to Nip. He picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Deflected pass goes to Jackson at the arc on the left. Working on Bradshaw. Behind the back dribble. Back out front it goes McGlone. Guarded by Chamberlain. Contact as he drives beneath the goal. Fires outside for a Jackson three-pointer. No good. Long rebound. Battle for it. Tips to Chalbe. Passes ahead. Chamberlain. Chamberlain and Chalbe. Bradshaw, Braz. Egakese out there for Belmont. They scoop it over to Egakese. Delivers to Braz in the paint. To the corner. Bradshaw puts in the deck outside. Chamberlain. Three for the lead. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Egakese got it. Big offensive board. Chalbe fakes and fires from 15. Belmont leads.
Love the pump fake, one dribble, 15-foot jumper. A lost art in college basketball.
Caleb Chalbe, one of the stars for Belmont tonight with 8 points off the bench. 62-61 with under a minute to go. Brass standing here at the curb center. McGlone off a high screen. Stutz fires a three. EKU can't go back to the front, and Bradshaw got a long rebound. 44 seconds remaining. Belmont leading by one. Trying to make it back-to-back nail-biter victories on this homestand. Chamberlain on the bounce. He's trying to stay free of Jackson. Picks up his dribble. Fires over to Bradshaw, and Rick Bird calls time with 31 seconds. Bruins fired one in for good measure. Didn't count. Differential was 12 seconds. 19 to shoot, 31 to play. Huge bucket by Caleb Chalbe.
Well, we talked about the one thing Belmont's done really well tonight is rebound. That was a huge offensive rebound by Amanze Egakese there to keep that ball alive. Chalbe, the nice pump fake. Turner went flying by him, the nice 15-foot jumper.
Officials have a conversation in midcourt. Each team with 8 fouls in the half. Belmont has 2 timeouts remaining. EKU has 3. Belmont led by Craig Bradshaw with 23 points, 19 in the first half. Barnett with 11. Chalbe, 8 big points off the bench, 7 for Chamberlain. 10 rebounds as well for Craig. We'll have to check the career-high rebounding numbers, and that's a new best for him. Knew he had a bunch, didn't know he had that many. Egakese with 8 boards, none bigger than that big offensive rebound a moment ago. Can Belmont get to the finish line and score an important victory? They're looking dead in the water earlier in this half. Tim Gaddis, you can hear him right there telling Reese Chamberlain where he wants him to put the ball in play. Stationary throw in right at midcourt. 19 to shoot. 31 seconds left in the game. It goes into Braz. Looking for a back cut. EKU had that sealed off. Evan on the dribble. Now hands off to Bradshaw. 10 on the shot clock. Craig at midcourt. McGlone guarding. Craig takes it off the bounce. 8 to shoot. Backs off. Left elbow. Jumper. Good! Bradshaw connects to get Belmont a 3-point lead. Timeout Bruins with 16.7.
The old dribble penetration. A little step back. 17-foot jumper. Off field right there.
The mid-range game, key for Belmont. First Chalbe, then Bradshaw to give Belmont a 3-point lead. EKU still a chance with 16.7 to go.
All these fans that they're letting off a little cabin fever tonight.
I think so, man. Everybody's been bottled up all week, staying inside. It's been cold and snowy and icy and everything else. I know there's cabin fever at our house, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess you got to know where what nip is and stutz.
Yeah, you got to find those two.
Yeah. Yeah, we got one of the bonus. You foul them and make them make the 2 free throws.
You know, we were referencing that Duke and Carolina game last night. You remember the strategy at the end of overtime when Duke elected to foul?
Yeah.
Carolina had the free throw and they missed. They couldn't get the rebound, and Duke got the win.
You just got to watch out. You can't have a guy doing that like Kevin Durant. Throw your arms up, look like a shot.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3.
Didn't get 3. Also right here, don't want to give up an easy 2.
Right.
Because EKU, you give up a 2, all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. They foul and they have a chance. There's still time left. It'll be McGlone to put the ball in play. Then McGlone and Jackson, Stutz, Powell, and Dip out there. Belmont with Bradshaw and Braz, Egakese, Chalbe, and Chamberlain.
Yeah, Bradshaw's got to be careful on the help there.
16.7 to go. Ball goes in play to Jackson. Runs it across the midcourt stripe. Driving right side of the lane. Up and short. Chalbe got the rebound. And they foul him with 10 seconds.
Wow, Jackson and Eastern got exactly what they wanted, and he blew the way up.
Chalbe going to the line for big free throws. And now another timeout.
Yeah, Chalbe's got the one in the bonus, so obviously that first one's the most important. Coach Neubauer called timeout and goes through little game scenarios here at the end.
Team foul number 9 for EKU. Chalbe on the season. 11 of 14. 2 threes. And a go-ahead 2 in the second half for the sophomore from Mount Juliet. Had 6 points and 3 assists against EKU the first time around.
Well, we talked about Caleb a little bit pregame, but how especially Chalbe and Mercer have really been giving the Bruins some good minutes, and tonight is Chalbe coming up some huge minutes for the Bruins.
Belmont struggled to find other scoring options in the first half other than Craig Bradshaw. Early in the game was Taylor Burnett. Tyler Haddon had a 2, and that was all. Only 3 players scored in the first half for Belmont, but much better balance after halftime. Vega, Casey, and Brads and Chamberlain. Sampson hit a couple free throws. Burnett with a 3, and Chalbe free throws here. Need to make at least one. Front end of the 1-and-1 coming up. Number 5 in white pulls a trigger. It's good.
Woo, that's a big free throw.
Makes it 65-61 Bruins with 10 seconds.
Yeah. Bruins are back up. Now they just want to prevent a quick score.
One more. Made them both. Confident stroke. 10 points for Chalbe. Bruins by 5. Final seconds. 5 seconds to go. Outside his nip. Long 3 is no good. Belmont battles for the rebound. Brad's got it, and that's all. 66-61 the finals. Belmont wins an important game against Eastern Kentucky by 5. The Bruins go to 17-10 overall. More importantly, 9-5 in the OVC. Eastern Kentucky is 8-5 as Belmont takes the East Division lead by a half game. From 16 down to a 5-point win. And great work by Caleb Chalbe, among others. Belmont came alive from three-point land in the second half. Limited the turnovers down the stretch and gets out with a 5-point win.
Absolutely right. Came out of the gate, a couple quick turnovers, didn't look good. They took care of the basketball. I think that's just got to be a good thing for this team, morale, confidence. They'd already gotten beat pretty soundly at Eastern. To come back from a 16-point deficit and beat the team, I think next to Murray is probably one of the better teams in this conference. And I think it means a lot to the Bruins squad.
Belmont players, a salute for the student section. They come over right in front of us. A lot of fun. Big win for Belmont tonight. We get in a few of the fist bumps here. Good job, Callie. Bruins win it by 5. We'll take a break. Come back. Have your final stats. Player of the game, Rick Bird, still to come. A winning night for the Bruins. 66-61 over Eastern Kentucky here on 104.5 The Zone.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't Chalbe.
104 here at the Curb Center. Cold night in the Music City. Individual scoring, Eastern Kentucky led by Timmy Nip with 18 points. Timmy had 13 of those points in the first half. Isaac McGlone, 14 points and 2 boards. Eric Stutz, 12 points and 5 rebounds. So Belmont did a better job after the 27 he scored in the first meeting. 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 block in 37 minutes. It was 7 points and 3 rebounds for Jamil Powell. 3 points and a board. 5 assists from Paul Jackson, getting the start tonight in place of Corey Walden, who did not play. Jalen Babb Harrison with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Devin Muff, 2 points and a rebound. Denzel Richardson, 1.1 rebound. Tommy Matthews in foul trouble had 2 rebounds tonight and 1 steal. For Belmont, Craig Bradshaw led the way. 25 points, a career-high 10 rebounds for Craig, 3 assists and 2 steals in 38 minutes. Taylor Burnett, 11 points and 3 boards. Reese Chamberlain, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Amanze Egekezi, 5 points and 8 rebounds, including 1 huge offensive rebound toward the end. Evan Brad's 4 points and 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal in 34 minutes. Evan did not hurt his field goal percentage. He was 1 for 1 tonight, hit a 3. Caleb Chaube off the bench for 10 points, 3 rebounds, made 2 threes, made 2 big free throws at the end. Burton Sampson made a couple free throws after he was fouled on a three-point attempt. Tyler Haddon with 2 points, Mac Mercer with a couple rebounds. Nick Smith had a rebound in 5 minutes. Holden Mobley played 8 minutes. Jeff Ladick 3 minutes, got a rebound. And that was it for Belmont as the Bruins win it 66-61. Going to speak with Caleb Chaube here momentarily, but boy, a fun game here tonight as Belmont rallied down 16, looking like they were toasting this one for a while, turning the ball over a lot. EKU turning those into points. Belmont tightened things up, got to the finish line, made some big shots down the stretch. And the Bruins improved to 17-10 and 9-5 in conference play. Joined by our star of the game, Caleb Chaube, and lots of stars in this game, but boy, made some big shots, and it was a huge win for this team. Congratulations.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a big win for us. You know, we lost to them at their place, so we wanted to get them back at ours, so it was a big win.
Take us through some of those final plays there. The little pull-up jumper that he made from 15 to put you guys ahead.
Well, he ran out at me, so he was taking 3 away. Obviously, they're taking 3 away a lot of the game, so I gave him a shot fake and 1 dribble pull-up in the middle of the paint, 15-footer. So I'm glad I felt that, definitely.
They bring a lot of pressure, don't they? They're tough just to bring the ball up against and work against, especially out near the midcourt line.
Yeah, their pressure defense is really tough. They were chopping us a bunch near the half-court line and getting deflections. In the second half, we adjusted, spread the floor out a little bit more, and try to take away that pressure.
You guys were down by double figures, and then you had that flurry of threes. They're starting to fall for everybody. You made a couple. I know Taylor made 1. We saw Amanze Egekezi and Evan Brands, I think, maybe got it started with this one from the corner. Reese Chamberlain connected. Things started to fall, and things really started to click for you guys.
Yes, sir. When we're hitting threes, everything seems to go well. So we got great shooters on our team. Amanze hit a big one. He's been kind of down in the shooting, and I'm glad he hit that shot. So is Evan in the corner, too. But I'm glad we hit those shots, definitely.
Amanze was really important on the other end, wasn't he? Dealing with Stutz and some of the things that EKU does offensively.
He's such a good defensive presence for us in the paint. We don't have that much size, and he acts big for us in there. So Amanze is a great defender for us. That's why he plays a lot of minutes.
What about the season you're having, especially here in conference play, where we've really seen you come on strong the last few games?
I've just been feeling more comfortable out there. Coach Bird's been trusting me a lot more, and been trusting us a lot more, too. So getting more comfortable out there in conference play and knowing these teams too. Seeing these teams more than once gets us more comfortable out there too.
As far as the overall season for this group, you guys now moving to the front in the OVC East, with the 9-5 record, but 2 tight games on this homestand. You got them both done, 2 nail biters.
That's tough. Yeah, Eastern Kentucky's good, and Morehead State's really good too. We knew we had to get these wins for the conference tournament here in a couple of weeks here. We didn't want to get to where we had to play more than 2 games, and this is a must-win for us. So.
Stepped up, made 2 big free throws at the end. Congratulations.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Caleb Chaube, sophomore from Mount Juliet, 10 big points off the bench tonight. The Bruins win it 66-61 over Eastern Kentucky. Take a timeout, come back with Coach Rick Byrd here in just a moment as we continue with Belmont basketball on 104.5 The Zone. Wins it over Eastern Kentucky 66-61 to go in front by a half game in the OVC East Division. Joined courtside now by Coach Rick Byrd. Congratulations on the win. Took a big effort from this team down the stretch, but boy, that flurry where the three started to go in was really key for this group in the second half.
Yeah, it was. You know, I know we didn't have as many people in here with, you know, with the weather and so on as we might have wanted, but the students ended up turning out great, and I don't remember it being any louder than it was. You know, maybe a couple of times we had a great crowd for Ohio a couple of years ago, you know, and then Robert Morris had some great moments in the NIT last year. We've had some good ones, but you know, it's just amazing what momentum does, and you know, 25 minutes into the game, it was about as bad as a Belmont team's played in a long, long time. I felt like we couldn't even keep anybody from driving and shooting you know, a warm-up layup, and we couldn't complete any passes. We were turning it over, and I know we turned it over the first 2 times in the second half, so that would have been 16. So we must have only had 3 turnovers over the last 15 or 16 minutes.
This kind of leads to my next question. What would this team do better down the stretch to take better care of the ball?
Well, you know, Eastern Kentucky is singularly the toughest team to try to make your stuff work, to pass it from point A to B to C, because they just get up in passing lanes and make it so difficult. And you know, we finally just kind of spread the floor and said, you're going to have to drive it and kick it to guys that are open, and you just start playing. And you know what? College basketball's turned into that anyway. It's a whole lot more of driving and kicking and dumping and dunking and that sort of thing. And Craig obviously got us back in it in the first half, you know, when he delivered. And then several guys made big plays. Obviously, Caleb Chalbay came in and played terrific. And you know, and Craig kept playing good. I thought Amonze's offensive rebounds were really key.
Yeah, there was one big one right here at the end, and you know, I thought he was important on both ends. You know, people look at the box score and say, well, he only had 5 points, but made a big 3, got some big rebounds, and I thought he did a good job dealing with Stutz, who's, you know, does so many good things for Eastern Kentucky.
He is easily our best defender, and that's why he was in the game. Amonze was a little uncertain. He had a little bit of a tough time handling their pressure and knowing what to do, and he's not been shooting the ball as good as he did to start the season. But we just can't afford to not have him in there because he does such a good job defensively.
You mentioned Caleb Chalbay, and we spoke with him a moment ago, but what about his work off the bench? Comes in, hits a couple threes, made the pull-up jumper that put you ahead, and then 2 big free throws to ice it at the end of the game. He was terrific.
He was terrific. He did. He made the 1 3 that I think created the loudest noise in here, and he played really, really well. I mean, he did an awful lot of things good. Made a couple of turnovers like everybody did in the first half, but I kept him in, and I'm glad I did, because he made those 2 free throws. We needed one of them, you know. Figured if we made one of them, we were going to be okay.
Well, 2 big games on this homestand, 2 close games, and got out of here with both of them. Now 2 more to go, 1 road, 1 home, you know, with things in front of you in the OVC East.
Yeah, you know, Eastern Kentucky's got 3 games left, and they're all at home, and they're all pretty winnable. And I think if we were able to win our 2, a tie would probably go to them on the top seed. But we're fighting like crazy, at least to see what happens to them, number one. Number 2, to get to where we don't have to play on Wednesday, because it could very easily end up in that spot if we lost a couple of games. So we've got to go to Tennessee Tech Saturday and play a team that's beating this team at their place, play a lot better at home than they played on the road this year, and they'll be fighting for their lives.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks very much.
All right, this Belmont coach Rick Byrd, big win for the Bruins, 66-61 over Eastern Kentucky. The game for Belmont, Tennessee Tech, that'll be on Saturday night. We'll have it for you on the Bruins Sports Network. Bruins go to 9-5 in the conference, 17-10 overall. Eastern Kentucky, as we mentioned, 8-5 and 16-10 on the season. Their 5-game win streak comes to a close. And Scott Speedy, as we bring our broadcast to a close, quite the rally for the Bruins. Pretty exciting stuff here in that second half.
I'm telling you, if you've missed the last 2 games at the Curb Event Center, you've missed 2 classic Belmont games, the Morehead State and the Eastern Kentucky game. there's no better value for your money.
Yeah, the Morehead State game was more of a grinder. This one got pretty exciting in the second half.